Two former Game of Thrones stars headlined the much anticipated HBO series The Last of Us. The MCU's Blade film project has some new information. We get a new title, and we learned who is writing the film. And after years and years of crickets of the Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, a film project, we have some new information. We know some new casting information, and we also learned who is writing and directing the film project that is most likely going to go to Amazon Prime. So welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I am Giovanni, and welcome to my new show, The Met Report. So now the Met Report is a roundup of movie, entertainment, and TV news. And I will be presenting this hopefully every week. And I hope you guys subscribe to this channel and watch this video. I am going to have some Funko Pop giveaways and some other forms of giveaways coming up in this show. I will announce them in this show, and I'll also announce some winners in this show as well. And speaking of that, I did have a WandaVision Funko Pop giveaway that I did, I think it was a couple months ago, or at least a few weeks ago. And I am announcing the winner at the end of this show. So I will be announcing the winner of the WandaVision Funko Pop that I made, or the announcement that I made a few weeks ago. So I'll announce the winner at the end of this show. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with this Met Report. Alright everyone, so this first segment is going to be about the HBO series The Last of Us. This is some news that we got this week, and we got it from, in this particular show here, we're talking about The Hollywood Reporter, so I'm just going to read what the Hollywood Reporter read about this news regarding this anticipated HBO series. So we got Pedro Pascal joins Bella Ramsey to star in HBO's The Last of Us. So Craig Mason, who created HBO's acclaimed limited series Chernobyl, which is a absolutely great show. If you haven't watched that series, make sure you watch that miniseries on HBO, is writing and executive producing with Neil Druckmann, the writer and creative director of the game. Pedro Pascal is joining his former Game of Thrones co-star Bella Ramsey in The Last of Us, HBO's adaptation of the hit video game, The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. So Craig Mason, who created HBO's acclaimed limited series Chernobyl, is penning the script and executive producing the Neil Druckmann, the writer and creative director of the game. Russian filmmaker Kantemir Balagov, the Cannes darling behind 2019 drama Beanpole, has been tapped to direct the pilots. So of course this is obviously based on the video game on the PlayStation, where it was, I believe it's exclusive on the PS3, PS4, or maybe it's just PS4, and now PS5. So I actually didn't play the video game myself, but I am still very interested in this HBO series for a couple things. Well, number one, I've always heard that the narrative and the story of The Last of Us is really, really good. And I was curious and just maybe watching the cuts of the story cuts of the video game, and not necessarily play it because I'm not much of a gamer, but it looks like the story of The Last of Us sounds pretty good. So I was interested in that, and then when I learned that the creator or the filmmaker of Chernobyl was making this series, that was another point for me to wanting to watch this series. And now we learn that Pedro Pascal, who seems to be getting bigger and bigger in fame, and he's becoming a household name with The Mandalorian, and now he's in Wonder Woman 1984, and now he's in this show. And this is good news because of all the other things that I just said. He's a great actor, and I'm sure he'll be able to do justice to the character, even though I don't know the character that much. I believe he's playing Joel, who's one of the main characters in the show. Now the other casting is the little girl who plays Ellie, and this girl, she was in, it's Bella Ramsey, that's the actress's name. She was in Game of Thrones, and I'm definitely excited about her in this show. I think she was only in Game of Thrones for like season 6 through 8, and she's this 10-year-old girl. She is a Lady Lyanna, I believe, and I think she lives in their island or something to that effect. And I remember this scene in Game of Thrones where we have in the room one of the main Starks, Sansa Stark, and then we have Jon Snow. They're in the scene, and they're there to talk to Lady Lyanna, this little 10-year-old girl. And she, the actress and the character, commanded this scene. Everyone else stays quiet, and everyone pays attention to this little girl. She speaks like she's like in her 30s. She's smart. And then, as we learn at the end of Game of Thrones, she's also a badass because she died in battle, which was pretty cool. I always like seeing her on Game of Thrones. Every time she's on scene, it was like, you pay attention. And even the character, everyone just focuses on her. She definitely steals the scene whenever she's in it, no matter who's there. Jon Snow's there, Sansa's there, doesn't matter. She steals the scene, and I'm glad that she's in the show. And this is for someone who has not played the game. I'm not even that familiar with the story. Like, I have an idea of what the narrative is and all that stuff, but I don't know the details. And I think I'm gonna keep it that way so that I could see it on live action on a series on HBO Max. So I'm sure a lot of these Last of Us video game fans can't wait to watch this series. If I can't wait to see it, I can only imagine their anticipation to this video game adaptation. And hopefully maybe this series is that curse that we always hear about, the video game curse. Maybe this series will actually break it, although we do have Mortal Kombat coming out and Sonic 2 next year. But that's pretty much it for The Last of Us as far as what we know right now. The release date, I've read sources that it might come out late 2021, maybe early 22 on HBO Max or HBO. And it'll probably be late 2021. I don't expect it to be anytime sooner than that. All right, so the next segment here is the news that we got from the MCU's Blade film project. Okay, so we heard about this MCU Blade film. I think it was in the summer of 2019. I think the last time we had Comic-Con that was live, that people actually were there. They announced a bunch of other MCU movies, you know, The Eternals, WandaVision, all the other stuff. So they announced it then, but they saved the best for last, and they announced the new Blade film that's coming to the MCU. Now, I'm a big fan of the character. I loved the first Blade film that came out in 1998, and then the one that came out in 2002, Blade 2, which was directed by Guillermo del Toro. So that should tell you a little bit of the quality of at least that film. And then Blade Trinity came out, and then it went down to hell. So of all the news that we learned in that Comic-Con announcement with the MCU Phase 4, that was the only one that I was really excited about, and I didn't even know, or a lot of people didn't know, that they were actually working on a Blade film. So we heard that years ago, a year and a half ago or so, and we didn't really hear any news regarding the Blade film project until recently. So looks like in the last few days, I'm gonna go on a Collider here. So Collider here wrote, the MCU Blade movie will be written by Watchmen's Stacey Osei-Kuffour, and she is she's one of the writers in the HBO's Watchmen. So as we learned back then when they announced the Blade film, the person who is playing the character is Mahershala Ali. Now I think that is perfect casting. If they're gonna reboot Blade and it's not gonna be Wesley Snipes, it's got to be this guy, Mahershala Ali, and he's won already 2 Oscars, and now he's leading this film, and I think that's absolutely great news, and I can't wait for this MCU film. Now, they also announced the title of the new Blade film, and it's called Blade the Vampire Slayer. So that's the title of the new Blade film that is going to be in the MCU. Now, as I mentioned, I made a podcast out video when we were talking about the Comic-Con Marvel panel. And when we were talking about the Blade, I was wondering if it will be R-rated. And I think it'll be better if it will be R-rated, only because, it's vampires, there's blood, and all the other stuff. It's going to be part of the MCU, so I really doubt that it's going to be R-rated. But it'd be pretty cool if it did. But either way, I'm sure it'll be a good film there. And as I mentioned, Stacey Osei Kuffour, which I'm probably mispronouncing. So she was one of the. So she's a playwright and screenwriter, whose credits have ranged from the comedy of Pen 5 to the grindhouse gore of Hunters, to the masterpiece of superhero muckraking that was HBO's Watchmen. Her choice comes after a long search from Marvel, which Ali was directly involved, and represents a big leap of inclusion for Marvel Studios. Osei Kuffour will be the first black woman to write a Marvel movie. So, even though I wasn't a huge fan of the HBO Watchmen series, I loved the Zack Snyder Watchmen film. The series definitely had some promise. I watched the first four episodes. I liked Regina King in it, and I liked Jeremy Irons, who was in the series. So I watched the first 4 episodes, and I kind of just stopped watching it. And I don't even think it was really that bad. I just kind of stopped watching it. But I could understand the excitement, because a lot of people did like HBO's Watchmen, and it got like all these Emmy nominations. I think it might have won some. I'm not totally sure about that, but it definitely got some recognition regarding the show. So as far as this Blade film, Blade the Vampire Slayer, there's no release date on the film yet. Even when they announced the film in summer of 2019, they still didn't have a release date. It just said TBA, to be announced. At this point, it probably won't come out till like 2023, maybe late 2022, but most likely 2023. Okay, so the next segment here is the Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz film project. And as I mentioned earlier at the opening of this video here, so this project has been in the works for years. It's been in development, and then all of a sudden you just didn't hear any news anymore. And initially, Cate Blanchett was attached to star as Lucille Ball, and when I heard that, again, that was some perfect casting. Cate Blanchett, I think she's only second to Meryl Streep as the greatest actress alive right now, and you may disagree with that or not, but just look at or just watch Cate Blanchett's performance in The Aviator when she portrayed Katharine Hepburn. If you haven't seen The Aviator, that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese picture, it's like 3 hours long. But if you haven't seen that movie, watch it at least for Cate Blanchett. I mean, the movie was good. It was good. Got all these Oscar nominations, and it was a good, solid movie. But the best parts of The Aviator, in my opinion, is Cate Blanchett as Katharine Hepburn. So since that, I became a huge fan of the actress. She's won some other awards after that, and she's done all these different roles since then. And when I heard that they're going to cast her in this, I was very excited. I was like, okay, I'm definitely interested in this Lucille Ball biopic, and Cate Blanchett is playing her. Okay, so now we have some actual news regarding this Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz film project, and it is not going to star Cate Blanchett. So after years and years, Cate Blanchett is no longer playing the title character or the character of Lucille Ball, and we have some new information. Now, some of this information that I'm about to read to you, some of it came out a couple weeks ago, and some other information here, some of the casting news that we have here did come out just this week. So I'm going to read you an article from Deadline, and the headline here is J.K. Simmons and Nina Arianda join Amazon's Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz pick being The Ricardos. That's the name of the movie, being The Ricardos. So I'm going to read this here. Oscar winner J.K. Simmons and Nina Arianda have been tapped to play William Frawley and Vivian Vance in Amazon and Aaron Sorkin's Being the Ricardos, the film about I Love Lucy stars Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. Sources add that Arianda's deal has not yet closed. Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem are in final negotiations to play Ball and Arnaz, with Sorkin writing and directing. Simmons' character Frawley played neighbor Fred Mertz in I Love Lucy. Vance played Fred's wife and Lucy's best friend Ethel. The film is set during one production week of I Love Lucy, Monday table read through Friday audience filming, when Lucy and Desi face a crisis that could end their careers and another that could end their marriage. Okay, so a couple things here. So they got Nicole Kidman, so she's doing the role of Lucy Ball, so it's not going to be Cate Blanchett, as I already mentioned. Now, as I mentioned, I really wanted Cate Blanchett to play this character. They got Nicole Kidman, so I don't have an issue with Nicole Kidman playing the character. It's just that when you have Cate Blanchett, who is going to play the character, it does make me feel a little disappointed. But Nicole Kidman is a good actress. She's a great actress. I'm sure she'll do well in the role. She'll probably get nominations or even win some awards playing the character. So I don't have a problem with that. It's just that I would have preferred Cate Blanchett. So, and then Javier Bardem is playing Ricky Ricardo, which I think it's good casting. I think he'll do a great job as well. He's also an Oscar winner. He's a great actor. I'm sure he'll do just fine in that title character of Desi Arnaz. And of course, the new news this week is J.K. Simmons and Nina Arianda. I don't know much about Nina Arianda, to be fully honest with you. J.K. Simmons is a great actor too. Of course, I like him in Spider-Man, and then he won an Oscar himself, and that movie called I think it's called Whiplash, I believe, with the director of La La Land. So he made that film, and he won a Best Supporting Actor for that role, and he'll be perfect for that too. The other actress, she looks kind of young to play Ethel, but I'm sure they're working with something. I'm sure there's a reason why they casted her. Although it does say that her deal is not completely closed, secured, but I'm sure she'll play the character here. And then the other thing that I'm probably most excited about now regarding this film project is Aaron Sorkin. Now, Aaron Sorkin is directing and writing this film project, and Aaron Sorkin is easily becoming one of my top and favorite screenwriters, and he's slowly becoming one of my favorite directors. Now, Aaron Sorkin was mostly known for, I believe, the show called The West Wing, and he won an Oscar for writing The Social Network, and he's written other scripts. Lately, he's been doing some more directorial stuff. His directorial film debut was a movie called Molly's Game, starring Jessica Chastain. That movie is actually really, really good. It's about poker and some other stuff going on. I'm not a fan of poker. I don't play poker, but this film, Molly's Game, he was able to make it interesting, fascinating. And if you haven't seen Molly's Game, definitely watch it. It's a great film, and that was his first directorial debut, or the first time he directed a movie. And I believe he also co-wrote it, or maybe he wrote the entire movie, Molly's Game. Lately, he did a film on Netflix called The Trial of the Chicago 7, and that film really is more about it kind of speaks about what's going on now, with the whole Black Lives Matter and things like that. So it kind of speaks to that in a way. Most of the movie is set in a courtroom, but it's great performances in that film, and Sacha Baron Cohen gives, in my opinion, the best performance he has ever given, and I do hope he gets an Oscar nomination. I know he got a Golden Globe nomination, but I hope he gets an Oscar nomination and hopefully even win. And then we have this other character, this actor who plays the judge. I forget the actor's name, Frank Langella or something like that. I hope he gets an Oscar nomination as well, and that's all from the direction of Aaron Sorkin. Obviously, Aaron Sorkin does very good with writing, and he's doing very well in directing. So I'm very excited for this Lucille Ball project because of this information. Well, we don't get Cate Blanchett, we at least get Aaron Sorkin to write and direct. Now, I feel a little bit more disappointed that we don't have Cate Blanchett and Aaron Sorkin, but it's all right. Like I said, Nicole Kidman is not a bad actress. She's good. She's good. It's just I wanted Blanchett more, but I'm sure it'll be good. So that's pretty much it for the segments or the segment regarding the movie news that we have for this episode. That's all that we have for this first episode of the Met Report. But I do want to talk about. I'm going to do this thing called the what to watch segment. So I just briefly talk about some things that you can watch, over the weekend. And this week, there's some shows, some movies that came out this particular weekend. Servant is also on Apple TV Plus season 2. I believe it's episode 4 or 5. So this one premiered last month. Servant also premiered when Apple TV Plus launched, along with For All Mankind, I believe. It's a show about. It's a creepy show. It's more like a suspenseful thing. M. Night Shyamalan has role in this film, not in acting, but as far as producing and helping the showrunner. He's not writer or director of the show, but he has something to do with the show itself. And it stars the girl from 6 Feet Under. And then you also see Rupert Grint, Ronald Weasley. He's in the show. He's definitely different than we remember him. He sounds different. For one, he has an American accent. And he's a cool character. He's fun to watch in the show. And overall, Servant is a creepy, entertaining show. It's kind of slow at first, but if you give it a chance, I think you'll like it. So that's this weekend. Then obviously we have WandaVision episode 6 that came out this weekend on Disney Plus. And just in case some of you guys haven't seen the episode, I'm not going to really go into detail regarding WandaVision episode 6. Also, Judas and the Black Messiah was released this weekend on HBO Max. It was supposed to come out theatrically, but now it's on HBO Max. It'll be there for about a month or so. I'm interested in this movie. Danny Kaluuya looks really good. His performance looks really good. So I'll be watching that. And I think he has some Oscar buzz. He already has a Golden Globe nomination for supporting actor for this film. And the other show that I'm going to mention today is Your Honor, starring Bryan Cranston. This is a show that I've been watching since it premiered. It's on Showtime. And this Sunday, this weekend, we have the final episode of Your Honor. So if you've been watching Your Honor, the final episode is this weekend. And it's a great, entertaining show, which it kind of grabbed my attention a little bit because Bryan Cranston's in it. And it seemed like something I might enjoy. And it's pretty good. It's a miniseries, so I don't believe they're doing another season of that. So, with that being said here now, thank you for watching this whole movie news and the Met Report and my What to Watch segment here. So now I'm going to talk about the WandaVision Funko Pop winners. So I'm going to announce the winners of the Funko Pop WandaVision. So I looked at in previous videos in my YouTube channel. You just have to follow the instructions as to how you could win this Funko Pop. And the winner of this WandaVision Funko Pop, if you have a mailing address within the United States, is Eric Bader. Or sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name, but Eric Bader. If you have a mailing address within the United States, you have won a WandaVision Funko Pop. So message me on Instagram. I believe you might be following me on Instagram. If not, then you're watching this. Just go to my Instagram and at the Movie Canon and message me there, so I can give you, or so you can give me your address, so I can send you the Funko Pop WandaVision giveaway. And there's only so many left that I can actually give out, so it might be a surprise as to what WandaVision Funko you'll get, but message me. So you are the winner, and congratulations for following the instructions and for winning this Funko Pop. So that's pretty much it for today. More giveaways to come. In fact, I will be announcing a new giveaway in the next episode of the Met Reports. I do have another giveaway. Now, I will say that a lot of my giveaways are Funko Pops because a lot of people seem to like them. If for whatever reason you're over Funko Pops, just give me a comment and just let me know what should be a Funko Pop. I'm sorry, what should be a giveaway. But for now, I'll give a lot of Funko Pops. Sometimes I'll give some digital copies. But for right now, I like to focus on Funko Pops. But just watch this show for new announcements for the content and all that information. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of the Met Reports. Like I said, I'm going to try to make it as a weekly show, a roundup of movie, entertainment, and television news. Okay, so again, everyone, this is Giovanni. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.